गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल
Hari Om and humble pranams. After 8 years of study at the feet of his Guru, Swami Tapovanji Maharaj, Swami Chinmaya said to his Guru, quote, I feel the immense urge to go down to the plains and share the wealth of the holy scriptures with my fellow men. I want to run down like the Ganga, which nourishes and inspires with its refreshing waves, unquote. This desire was the seed of a spiritual renaissance that would touch the lives of many the world over, not just the countrymen of Swami Chinmaya ji. This desire is the reason for us being here tonight. It is this desire that has afforded me the opportunity to welcome you here this evening as we celebrate the life of Swami Chinmaya ji. Our Revered Guru, head of Chinmaya Mission Trinidad, and principal of our Vidyalaya, Swami Prakashananda ji, Hari Om and humble pranams. President of Chinmaya Mission, Shri Ruplal Rambihari ji, and members of the board, Vice Principal, Ms. Nandini Ramsewak, School Administrator, Shri Jaikaran Kenan, respected pundits, acharyas, staff, students, parents, well-wishers, to all members of our Chinmaya family, and to all devotees listening via Heritage Radio 101.7 FM, Hari Om, and welcome to another evening of divine enlightenment. As we commence, the students of the Coover Preschool will lead us in our opening prayer, followed by song.
them downstairs in Lord Shiva's house. Ganapati, while you ride a mouse, upstairs and downstairs in Lord Shiva's house. Ganapati, you were so wise, guide us all so that we will rise. Ganapati, why so wise? Guide us all so that we may rise. We love you. You obstacles all the way through. Ganapati, why love you? You remove obstacles all the way through. You remove obstacles all the way through. I like
would have prepared them for this evening's function. When at this very tender age we mold our children in dharma, we can be assured that in the future they will be the pillars to uphold that said dharma. So you have just heard from the youngest of our Vidyalaya. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of the first students of our high school, a young lady who would have benefited tremendously from our noble institution and unique education system. I now hand you over to Ms. Samantha Ramcharan, a graduate of the Chinmaya Vidyalaya High School, as she shares with us her experience as a student.
Pujya Swami Prakashanandaji, members of the Board of Chinmaya Vidyalaya, teachers, parents, students, distinguished guests, Hari Om. 13 years ago, I walked into this hall along with a few others, ready to begin a journey with Chinmaya Vidyalaya. To say that I was intimidated is an understatement. I didn't know what to expect at first, but soon enough, I got my answer. If I remember correctly, I think we had an evaluation on our first day. And that, my friends, was an indication of what was to come. Evaluation was an everyday occurrence. If you missed school, hard luck. I have had the honor of once scoring 0 in one of Swamiji's exams. Sarcasm. At one point in time, Swamiji was our Sanskrit teacher, and daily exams meant that we were tested on what was taught the previous day. Well, I missed school one day, and I got a duck in that evaluation. Of course, I learned from that experience never to miss school or try. I could go on and on about how I thought school was challenging. Many times during the course of my 5 years here, I felt like giving up. Often I would ask questions like, am I just a guinea pig? Why do I have to be stressed out and others aren't? Did my parents make a good choice to send me to Chinmaya Vidyalaya? It is not uncommon that when we desire something, or we have a goal to achieve, and we start moving towards it, we encounter challenges. It is also not uncommon that we choose to complain about them and ask of all the reasons why the world is against us and our dreams. We forget what had inspired us in the first place. The Vidyalaya was not only a good choice, it was the best one. All I had to do was stop making excuses and fulfill my responsibility as a student. Do your best and leave the rest. Mr. Ramklawan always explained that school was a partnership involving the student, the teacher, and the parent. The Vidyalaya ensured that once all three functioned harmoniously, success is assured. Teachers had to be prepared not just with curriculum material to share with their students, but they also required patience and motivational skills. Parents had to be committed to ensure that their children completed their assignments at home. And as students, we needed to be present at school and perform to the best of our abilities consistently. When I thought of all that was invested into building an institution like this, all the effort, the time, the selfless service, in order to ensure that those who came here left as better individuals, I couldn't help but want to give something back. It wasn't until a few years after graduating that I had truly acted on that desire. And for myself, as part of the Bal Vihar program, not as a student, but as a teacher. I could fit in. Here I was thinking that now I could do something for the mission, but instead, I was again benefiting from the interaction with the students and the curriculum. It almost makes me feel guilty. In Swamiji's presence and around people like you, and in this ashram setting, every day is an inspiring day. I constantly learn and try to emulate the qualities I see in our acharyas, my fellow chicks, and Bal Vihar, all of whom possess such love and humility as they give of themselves selflessly. My journey has allowed me to be part of something very extraordinary. Everything I've had the honor of experiencing has been through Bhagwan's will and Gurudev's grace. Today, Chinmaya Mission stands as a beacon. It is our responsibility to ensure that we sustain this initiative. While in 2003, I was terrified that I was part of the first group of students here, in retrospect, I'm deeply humbled for that honor. It is an experience I'm eternally grateful for, and I urge you all, students, parents, and teachers, to make the best of it while you can and utilize every opportunity to serve and work together. By doing so, we can give maximum amount of happiness to the maximum number for the maximum time. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Samantha. As it was then, it still is now. Extraordinary. The greatness of a writer is reflected in the literary works he would have produced. The greatness of a builder is reflected in the buildings he would have constructed. The greatness of a musician is reflected in the masterpieces he would have created. How then is the greatness of a guru reflected? What does the guru produce from which his greatness is reflected? The answer: his shishyas, his disciples. Last night, Swamiji spoke about Bhagwan Sri Krishna carrying around the Gita in his heart. But in order to deliver it, he had to have an audience, and that audience took the form of Arjuna. Similarly, the enlightened master will possess all the knowledge, but will not be a guru if there is no shishya. There are many examples from whom the greatness of our Gurudev is reflected. Indeed, one living example of how great and extraordinary a guru Swami Chinmayananda ji was lies in the person of Swami Tejamayananda. To share with us a little on the life and achievements of this humble shishya of Gurudev, I now invite Acharya Lachman, a grade 6 student of the Chinmaya High School.
Hari Om and humble pranams to Swami Prakashananda ji. Hari Om and humble pranams to all. I quote, "Even though there remains no duty whatsoever for me to perform in this world, still there certainly does remain something to be done. to constantly serve with devotion the feet of my teacher, by whose guidance alone I have gained this wisdom." Unquote. Guruji Swami Tejomayananda. Swami Tejomayananda is the head of Chinmaya Mission worldwide, a position accorded to him in 1993 after Swami Chinmayananda attained Mahasamadhi. If Swami Chinmayananda served the cause of Vedanta with his service, knowledge, and pioneering qualities, Swami Tejomayananda completed that with his natural devotion. This is richly and abundantly evident in his talks, his singing, and his demeanor. Sudhakar Kaitwad was born in Madhya Pradesh on June 30th, 1950. As a student, he took a keen interest in music and drama and then studied physics at university. But during his college days, he was greatly inspired by the writings of Swami Vivekananda, and even at such a young age, sought something beyond the ordinary material ambitions that most people harbor. This physicist had a close encounter that changed the velocity, direction, and path of his life. The spiritual call came to him in 1969 when he attended Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's Gita discourses on Chapter 3 in Bhopal. He was immediately inspired to join the Vedanta course at Sandipani Sadhanalaya in Mumbai. After his graduation in 1975, he served in the field initially as Brahmachari Vivek Chaitanya. He was subsequently posted as Acharya of the Sandipani Himalaya in Siddhabari, Himachal Pradesh, and in 1983 was initiated into sannyasa by Puja Gurudev under the name Swami Tejomayananda. He was then appointed as Acharya of Sandipani Sadhanalaya in Mumbai, where he taught 2 consecutive Vedanta courses. In 1989, Guruji was posted to California to serve as Acharya of Sandipani San Jose. Swami Tejomayananda, affectionately called Guruji, is an internationally renowned exponent of the Hindu Shastras. His gentle manner, devotional heart, intellectual clarity, joyful wit, and open availability have earned him intergenerational appeal and adhered him to millions across the globe. Guruji is the embodiment of selfless service, expanding the grand vision of his Guru. When asked how it felt to be stepping into the shoes of such a great master, Guruji replied, and I quote, "I am not in his shoes, I am at his feet." Unquote. A skilled orator, fluent in a number of languages, and a master of Sanskrit, Guruji leads with simplicity, love, and a devotion unparalleled. His work is tireless, giving lectures and discourses and yajnas around the world throughout the year. Under his wise guidance, the mission has continued to grow in leaps and bounds, ever expanding into new frontiers to reach the ears and hearts of Hindus across the globe. Interventions include the Chinmaya International Residential School in Coimbatore, the Chinmaya Center of World Understanding in New Delhi, the Chinmaya International Foundation near Cochin, the Chinmaya Heritage Center in Chennai, the expansion of the Chinmaya Mission Hospital in Bangalore, the Chinmaya Vibhuti Center near Pune, as well as many more programs and centers around the world, and Upanishad Ganga, a television series with Upanishads as its theme. In recognition of this remarkable dedication, Hinduism Today honored Swami Tejomayananda Ji in 2005 with the prestigious Hindu of the Year award. Along with being a dynamic worker and an able administrator, Swami Tejomayananda is one of the most accomplished masters of Vedanta today. This work has accorded Guruji numerous awards and international recognition, most recently the prestigious Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati National Eminence Award in 2012. On April 12, 2016, Puja Guruji Swami Tejomayananda received one of India's highest national awards by the President of India, the Padma Bhushan Award. In response, Guruji remarked, and I quote, "This award honors Puja Gurudev, the entire Chinmaya mission, and actually the very spiritual knowledge. In all humility, I dedicate this to my beloved mother, my respected father, Puja Gurudev, and the most worshipful God. With their grace and blessings alone, such honor is possible. The great gain of my life in Chinmaya mission is the love I receive from you all. Unquote. On 9th June 2002, Guruji inaugurated the Chinmaya Mission Trinidad and Tobago Ashram. With his loving blessing, the mission continues to flourish and serve the Twin Island Republic. Thank you and Hari Om.
Thank you, Acharya. Swami Tejamana Ji is certainly testimony to the greatness of our Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda. Those of you who are familiar with Chinmaya Vidyalaya would know that it is a school with a difference. At this institution, academics is married with value education. An integral part of this is the learning and chanting of our holy scriptures. The students of our high school will now lead us in Gita Dhyanam.
भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम् पत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रविग्रहपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो योगा गोपालनन्दनः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोज्ज्वला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचस्सरोजममलं गीतार्थकण्डोत्तकम् नानाज्ञानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनापूरितं लोके सज्जन षट्परैरहरः ते पीयमानं मुरा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपरक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः हरि ओम्
Thank you to our students for that excellent presentation and commendations to their teachers who would have worked with them. For the past 108 plus nights, we would have pictured Bhagwan Sri Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, revealing the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. But when I think of our Guru, Swami Prakashananda Ji, I cannot help but think about Lord Krishna with the gopis. You would recall that whenever Lord Krishna would play the bansuri, the gopis would be spellbound, forgetting everyone and everything. Similarly, when Swamiji starts his discourses, he captivates his audience with his insightfulness, clarity, and of course, his great wit. And just like the gopis, when Lord Krishna would stop playing, their hearts would yearn for more. So too, when our Guruji concludes, he leaves us yearning for more. Swamiji, it is with great humility that I now hand over to you as you take us along the journey of enlightenment. Hari Om.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी,
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी।
धरानंदिनी जनक दुलारी,
धरानंदिनी जनक दुलारी,
सकल जगत मंगलकारी,
सकल जगत मंगलकारी,
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी।
रघुपति हृदयेश्वरी भूजाता,
रघुपति हृदयेश्वरी भूजाता,
रघुपति हृदयेश्वरी भूजाता,
रघुपति हृदयेश्वरी भूजाता,
चरण कमल से वत लघु भ्राता,
चरण कमल से वत लघु भ्राता,
अमृत वर्षिणी जानकी माता,
अमृत वर्षिणी जानकी माता,
अमृत वर्षिणी जानकी माता,
अमृत वर्षिणी जानकी माता,
गुरु करुणा भव भयहारी,
गुरु करुणा भव भयहारी,
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी, जय मिथिलेश कुमारी।
धरानंदिनी जनक दुलारी,
धरानंदिनी जनक दुलारी,
सकल जगत मंगलकारी,
सकल जगत मंगलकारी,
कुमारी
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
तू महालक्ष्मी तू ब्रह्माणी
तू महालक्ष्मी तू ब्रह्मानी
तू महालक्ष्मी तू ब्रह्माणी
तू महालक्ष्मी तू ब्रह्मानी
तू पार्वती सब जग जानी
तू ही पार्वती सब जग जानी
परम पवित्री माता भवानी
परम पवित्री माता भवानी
परम पवित्री माता भवानी
परम पवित्री माता भवानी
गुरु करुणा भव भयहारी
गुरु करुणा भव भयहारी
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी
जय मिथिलेश कुमारी कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी
ओय जगदम्बा माता की
जय
ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः हरि ओम. Okay, if you're joining us for the first time tonight, we are seeing Gita Arti in these 3 nights. So we'll chant the Gita Arti and then we'll continue from where we left out last night. ओम जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुरीते ओम जय भगवद गीते धर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशी कामा षष्टि हरामय
सती हरा
तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी
तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवद गीते
निश्चल भक्ति विधाय निर्मल मलहारी
मया निर्मल मलहारी
चरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवद गीते
राग द्वेष विदारी हारिणी मोद सदा
मैया कारी मोद सदा
भव भयहारिणी तारिणी
भव भयहारिणी कारी परमानंद भरा ओम जय भगवद गीते
आसुर भाव विनाशी हरि मुख की बानी
मैया हरि मुख की बानी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवत गीते
दया सुधावर सावन मातु कृपा की जय
मैया मातु कृपा की जय
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनों कर जय ओम जय भगवत गीते जय भगवत गीते मैया जय भगवत गीते हरि कमल बिहारी हरि कमल बिहारी सुंदर सुभनी दे ओम जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते
ओम जय भगवत गीते
जय भगवत गीते
ओम जय भगवत गीते
Okay, so Jai Bhagavad Gita we saw last night, and I told you Bhagavad Gita by that statement, and then in the next statement also Maya, she is considered to be our mother only. So when we left it, we were seeing 161. I'll tell you just now. We finished one line. Karma sumarma prakashini. Yes. Karma sumarma prakashini kama sakti hara. Yes. Tattva jnana vikashini. Bhagavan through the Bhagavad Gita is revealing to us tattva jnana. See, all of these words, they are technical words in our shastras. Tattva jnana. Now I'll have to get a little bit technical here tonight also. Technical means what? Technical means in every field there are words which are used which are specific to that field. And if you really don't know those words and terminologies in that field, then that thing will not make any sense. Words and terminologies in that particular field. Like in law, there are so many words. There will be English words, but how they are used in that field, that will confuse you like anything. They will not be used in the same way. In medical field also, there will be terminologies. So in all fields, there will be some terminologies and words which you have to know, and you have to know it in reference to that particular field. So here also, in this Vedanta, you see, we hear so many type of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. He's Brahma Jnani, you know. He's Atma Jnani. He's Jnani. Just Jnani alone. He's Tattva Jnana. So he's Tattva Jnani. So now let me tell you, this Tattva Jnana word is explained very nicely in the Kathopanishad. Bhagavan says, well, the Lord himself is speaking, is the Upanishad himself. He's not saying he is the Upanishad, I think. You can't say he said. He manifested the Upanishad. And there in the Upanishad, in the Katha Upanishad, he says, Asti iti eva upalabdhva tattvataha prasidati. Tattva prasidati. Right? Meaning, so two words are given there, and this is all technical thing now. Astitva and tattva. Astitva and tattva means the reality first has to be understood in the sense of astitva. Asti iti eva. Means to say, we have to first come to understand that all this great this is simple language now, this great manifestation which we see before us, all of it exists, and that existence is Bhagavan himself. This is the first part. Huh? Whatever I touch, this thing exists or not? It is here. It exists. And that existence is called as Sat, and that Sat is Bhagavan. This exists or not? Exists. In between the two of them, there is some space. The space exists or not? The space exists. So now, where is existence absent? Even if there is space in our head, there is still existence because the space exists. So nowhere is Bhagavan absent. There is presence of God everywhere in the form of existence. When that first thing is understood, then what he says, Tattva bhava prasidati. Tattva bhava prasidati means when we say this exists, they exist also. They're existing, but they also exist in name and form, isn't it? This is round, they're long, they're tall, they're short, like that. Different forms and colors and all that, right? So the existence appears in different names and forms. But Bhagavan is not only names and forms, he transcends names and forms also. So that transcendental aspect of Bhagavan is called as Bhagavat Tattva. The Tattva of the reality. It is the transcendental aspect of God, which is Nirguna, which is beyond names and forms. So the Lord is here as existing in all of these names and forms, and at the same time, He's transcendental, beyond the senses and the mind and everything, without name and form. That is called a Tattva Bhava. Now the one who has this first knowledge of the existence of all things being God, that person is called a Jnani. Jnani. The one who has realized that transcendental aspect of God, he is called a Tattva Jnani. You see? That's how the terminology is used. So now what is all that to tell you this word in Arati now? All those technical things to tell you this word in Arati. What the word says here, Tattva Jnana Vikashini. The Bhagavad Gita, remember this Arati is in praise of Bhagavad Gita. He says, the Bhagavad Gita reveals the Tattva Jnana. It means it takes one not only to realize that God is existing, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. It not only takes one to realize that all this is Vasudeva, but it takes one beyond this. When it says, for example, in the 13th chapter, Nasattanna Saduchyate. That reality is not Sat, no Asat also. Now, when it says that, that means the reality doesn't have any name, any form. So in those type of statements, it takes one beyond name and form to Tattva Jnana, the absolute reality. So, Tattva Jnana Vikashini, Vidya Brahma Para. That is called as Brahma Vidya. Brahma means the absolute reality. So it takes us to that supreme knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is meant to take us to that supreme knowledge. Sarvata Pani Padam Tat. He has hands and feet everywhere. That is Jnana. When he says, he is neither Sat nor Asat, that is Tattva Jnana. When he says, all this is Vasudeva, that is Jnana. But when he says that that reality has no name or no form, Anama Tulsidashis, Arupa, without name and form. That is called Tattva Jnana. It is the highest stage of Jnana, knowing the reality as it is. Okay. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. So that one verse got finished. Nirmala Bhakti Vidayini. Or Vidayini. Nirmala Bhakti Vidayini means it gives Bhagavad Gita teaches Nirmal Bhakti, pure, Nischala Bhakti, yes. Nischala Bhakti Vidayini. Nirmal and Nischala, also Tulsidaji lists about 7 or 8 different types of Bhakti. Achala, Nirmal, Nischal. What is it called? Bhagavan Shri Krishna also gives few types of bhakti here, different types of bhakti. Avirala bhakti and so on. So, Nischala bhakti means to say unwavering devotion. Nischala bhakti, the Gita teaches. So where does Nischala bhakti? See, in the 10th chapter there are 4 nice verses. We'll chant from number 14. Number 9. 3 verses. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Kathayantascha mam nityam. Madchitta madgata Ayanta parasaram.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Kathayantascha mam nityam. Dushyanti cha
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Tesham sadatayuktanam bhajatam priti-purvakam.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Dadami buddha-yogam tam yena mamukayanti te.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Eshamevanutam paranam ahamadjnanam tamah.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Ashayamyanabhavastha jnanadipena bhasvata.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
So Bhagavad Gita teaches Nischala Bhakti. Nischala Bhakti. That bhakti which is unwavering. In other words, Bhagavan is imploring all of us to develop this type of bhakti. This starts from the 7th chapter going all the way up to the 12th chapter. So this comes here in 10. He said, Machitta, Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam. How to develop this bhakti? He says, you go on thinking about me all the time. Everything you see around, think that my divine hands are at work in that thing. You see? Everything which is happening. This thing is ticking away. Ticking and talking. But how it is happening? It's just going on non-stop, isn't it? The whole universe like that. Ticking and talking. So, see the Lord, this is what he means by go on thinking about me. See my hands in all things. Machitta, Madgata Prana. See that you are breathing. Your life is going on, all because of whose grace? Your own grace or what? If that is your own grace, your grace real good. Better you shower someone else before you leave. We could do with some of your grace. Like Bhagwan's grace. Matkata prana bodhayanta parasparam. And among each other, we talk about Bhagwan. We talk about the Lord. This is what he means to say. He says, Kathayantaschamam nityam tushyanticha ramanticha. Talking about me, revel in me, and be contented and happy in me. Like that. So, developing devotion. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Those people who at all the time have their minds sunken in me, and bhajatam, who worship me, priti purvakam, full of love and full of affection for me. He says, dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti. Now, you see this type of line in Bhagavad Gita. This is a running theme in Bhagavad Gita. Whether it is karma yoga, or bhakti yoga, or japa yoga, or dhyana yoga, whatever type of yoga, all of it in Bhagavad Gita is meant to really bring jnana. This is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. To bring knowledge. Knowledge of what? Tattva. The reality. In other words, finally a person will reach his destination through knowledge only. And that is true, the human being is distinguished by his intellect. That is what sets him apart from the rest of the universe. The intellect only. So if that intellect is not developed, people say, by bhakti we'll reach. By karma yoga we'll reach. But we say very, very simply that if you are practicing bhakti and you don't know what you are practicing, you don't know who you are worshipping, you don't know what will be the goal of what you are doing, all that, blindly you will be doing, well, many krityas in nature do that also. Like karma, the donkey works more than the owner. Between the owner and the donkey, who works more? Who carries all the load? So if karma will take you there, well, the donkey will reach before the owner. Then between two, you know who is donkey. So really, it is all hinging on the intellect and the educating of this intellect. First with ordinary knowledge, then with Atma Jnana and Tattva Jnana. It's all the ways the intellect. No doubt that the others are indispensable in taking us there. So Bhagavan says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam. The person who worships me with full devotion, Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. The one who worships me with full devotion, I give him Buddhi Yoga. Means to say, I enlighten his intellect. See? Yena Mam Upayanti, by which he comes to me. The enlightening of the intellect is the means for coming to the Lord. Like that. Yena Mam Upayanti te. And in the next line he says, see this. Tesham eva anukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami. My grace, which is all ever present and everywhere, my grace steps in there, and we saw just now in the Upanishad verse also. Prasidati, tattva bhava prasidati. It means Bhagavan's grace is always waiting to rush in. But I have to make sure that I open my window, how it will rush in. So he said, I remove the, this is the language of bhakti. In the language of bhakti, Tesham ham samurdhatta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha. In 12th chapter. He says, I am the one who take them out of samsara. So the language of bhakti is always like this. Bhagavan is doing something. He'll take us out of samsara. Here he will destroy our ignorance. That is the language of bhakti. So, that would mean either that Bhagavan manifests there himself in whichever form you worship him. Yo yo yam yam tanu bhakta in 7th chapter he said. In whichever form you worship him, he'll manifest in that form itself and take us out of the samsara, if you so wish. But Bhagavan being Bhagavan, he doesn't have to manifest in any form to do anything, isn't it? He doesn't have to manifest in a form for His grace to work. His grace is all pervasive. It will work right there where you are. So anyway, now what is the conclusion of all of this? When one develops that Nischala Bhakti as prescribed by the Lord, unwavering devotion, then one gets Buddhi Yoga. And through that Buddhi Yoga, what happens means the enlightening of the intellect takes place, and in that process, ignorance is burnt. By who? Anukampartha, by the grace of Bhagavan. Anukampartha means by the Asim Anukampa, means limitless, boundless grace of Bhagavan. The ignorance from our mind from our intellect gets burnt away. So when ignorance goes, only knowledge is left there. Ignorance is what is veiling that knowledge, seemingly. Jnana Deepena Bhasvata, by the light of knowledge, the ignorant get burnt. So, Nischala Bhakti Vidhaini, when he says in Gita, it is in verses like this. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam in the 9th chapter. Yajna Pariyupasate in 12th chapter. Katayantaschamam Nityam. So many verses again. Those who sing the glories, Kirtayantaha, of Bhagavan, all the time, they will get this Nischala Bhakti. So Bhagavad Gita teaches Nischala Bhakti, by which the enlightening of the intellect comes, which he himself is telling. Yatantascha dhridavrata, how they take strong vratas. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. They worship him, do salutations to him. All these are forms, expressions of bhakti. And the more and more we practice, in 8th chapter he says, who go on chanting his name, remembering him. Mamanusmara yudhyacha, remembering the Lord all the time. So many lines and verses and phrases that teach the developing of this bhakti. And really speaking, it all stems from this one simple thing, smaran. That's why Tulsidas ji starts with Sumiran. Sumiran means remembering. Remembering Bhagwan. The one who remembers the Lord all the time, that Lord's grace will be with that person all the time. He'll be in the company of the Lord all the time. And this remembrance will lead eventually to Nischala Bhakti, devotion for Bhagwan, and the acquisition of knowledge and all. The Lord himself is telling. Then the next phrase is Nirmala Malahari. The Bhagavad Gita is Nirmal, pure, blemishless, spotless, immaculate Bhagavad Gita. There is not a word or a phrase in the whole Gita that you can find fault with. If you find fault, the fault is not in Bhagavad Gita, the fault is in your mind. Because you know that thing. If you wear green goggles, how you'll see the world? Green. If you wear dark goggles, you'll see the world dark. So, if there's a defect in my intellect, and I look at Bhagavad Gita, I will see defect. Naturally. This will depend on what goggles we have inside. That is how we'll see. So then, the importance of Guru and Sampradaya and tradition and all that is so important, which the Upanishads tell very nicely. That when you have any doubt, you consult the ancient ones, you consult the Gurus, consult the tradition, consult the Sampradaya. You see? Because just like that, we will not understand things. And therefore, I keep telling you, anybody who is self-taught in spirituality, you can be self-taught in many things in this world, but there is no such thing as self-taught in spirituality. See Tulsidashi. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
that guru, nobody will cross over this sansar. He says, even if he be the like of Bhagavan Shankar or Brahmaji, they also go to somebody to learn. That is an amazing thing, because Brahmaji is the one who gives knowledge in the first place. But Brahmaji comes out from the navel of Lord Vishnu. And then first he had to ask Lord Vishnu, what to do? Tell me what to do. And Lord Vishnu was the one who had to tell him why he was manifested and what his duty is, and then what he should do. So somebody has to be there to tell. Tulsidaji puts this line there so wonderfully. So, in this spirituality, self-taught is not an option. It will help, but we have to belong to some. So we ask the teachers, ask the tradition, ask the gurus and all that, you see? Like those who belong to the tradition, we ask. So now, Bhagavan tells here, Ka Nischala Bhakti Vidayini Nirmala Malahari. It is absolutely nirmal, pure, blemishless. And if we see some defect in it, that means the defect is in our own mind. And it is Malahari. Malahari means, see, nirmal, Malahari. Malahari means that it removes, eradicates all impurities from our own mind. Nirmala Malahari. See Bhagavan. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
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 Prajahati Shata Kaman Sarvan Parhamano Dharma,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Atmanye Atmana Tushta Hita Prajna Kadojyate,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Malahari, this is the word we are saying, the phrase. Means the remover of mal, impurities from our mind. So what is the basic impurity at our level? That called as kama. But in the third chapter, Arjuna asked Bhagavan, Prabhu, you know, even though I don't want to do something wrong, I still find myself doing something wrong. Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha. The Purusha, the man, the human being, he does papa, sin, even though he doesn't want. Anichannapi varshne. Anichannapi means not desiring. Ichcha in Sanskrit means the desire. Anichan, not wanting to do some pap, but still papam charati. I find myself doing pap. Kyun? Why? Kena prayuktoyam. By what force is there that makes me do this thing? That is the impurity in the mind which we are talking about. And Bhagavan replies there, Kama eshaha, Krodha eshaha, Rajo guna samudbhavaha. So now, Kama, Krodha, and their source, which is Rajogun. Kama, Krodha, and their source. They're like pulori and chutney. That is sauce. Not that type of sauce we're talking about now. Kama means desire, Krodha means anger. But their source is Rajoguna. So, Rajoguna has all of its offshoots, and they are all called as impurities. The Tamoguna also has all of its offshoots, they are all called impurities. So this Bhagavad Gita is there to remove this Kama and Krodha. So in the last line of that verse, of that chapter, third chapter, the last line goes, Bhagavan says, Jai Shatrum Mahabaho Kama Rupam Durasadam. You. Jahi is a strong word in Sanskrit. That's why I say it so hard. Jahi means kill. That is an imperative mood. Kill! Like, not just... Somebody recently, I was saying they were imitating Trinidadian, some American comedian. He was here Italian. You Trinidadian people, you all speak like sing-song. Everything when you speak, it is sing-song. Like, he said, I don't know if you all ever have to get into a war with another country. How you will fight that war? I want to kill you. You will say like that? Because we sing song. But language is supposed to have all sorts of expressions, intonations, and all that kind of thing, So this Jahi word is a very strong word. Bhagavan says, you remove this. Kama. Jahi Shatra, enemy it is called. The Kama is called our enemy. That is the impurity in our mind. See, now, if you have to boil all of this impurity down to one, this fellow is the culprit. Kama. Kama means desire, lust, craving, want, all this kind of thing. Longing, pining. These are all, related to this Kama. So that impurity, Bhagavan says, you remove it. It is cause for all our papa. At this level, sins, things which we do. So there's a Malahari. The Bhagavad Gita is meant to remove this impurity, this Kama. So, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogata. The verse which is chanting means, when all the kamas have been removed, Prajahati, see, I'm saying the word comes again. Prajahati. And Jahi, this is different forms of the same word. When all of these kamas have been removed, yada kaman sarvan partha manogata, the mind has become free from all of these kama, impurity. Then, sarvan partha manogatan atmani eva atmana tushtaha sthita prajnas tadochyate. And that person has become now contented in his own heart by himself, with himself. He's become contented. That thing is called the supreme state of enlightenment, the supreme state of the realized soul. But that can only happen when we have prajahati yada kama, and all the desires have been removed. Otherwise, we go on. Now see, people always have some doubts in their mind about removal of desire. They say, Swamiji, if we remove desires from our mind, then we'll not do a thing again. We'll do nothing thereafter. We'll sit down like stone. Because it is desires which really make us do whatever we do. And that is true also. Manu tells in Smriti very nicely, Yadyat karoti kinchit. Whatever we do, tat kamasya cheshtita, means to say, we do everything which we do only because of some desire. So I am talking here to you today only because of some desire only. Isn't it? Some desire has to be there, then only I'll talk. You listening also because of some desire. If desire was not there, you will not come to listen. Some desire, you may not have thought about it, but it is there. What is it? What desire you had when you came here? I desire to fulfill my social obligation. In 3 days, I have to go, how we go look. So some people might go because of that. Then some people go because, Swami does tell nice jokes. Once I was teaching some class at Benares in the university, so 2 chicks were sitting there. So one chick told the other chick after the end of the class, he has another class at the other place now, let us go there. So the other chick said, why should we go? It will be the same lecture. Because whatever lecture I gave here, I'll give there. He said, no, but the joke will be different. He come just to hear joke. Some come for that, some come, different reasons people will come. Some really interested in Atma Jnana. I know that is a joke, but So also something like that, right? So Manu tells the correct thing. So then how we will deal with this thing? The Bhagavad Gita said, Jai Shatru Mahabahu Kama Rupam Dura, in the form of the enemy in the form of Kama. The impurity in the form of Kama, which causes us to do all pap. So kill that. Gita is saying, and Manu is telling, which is also a truism. And that is, we can't do anything in this world without desire. Desire is at the root of all things. So now, see, quickly I'll tell you. Here's the method which is given by our rishis. You take all desires. See, I desire this, there's so many things we desire, right? And first, we split them into legal and illegal. People have desire to do legal things, some people have desire to do illegal things also, And illegal is very, very technical also. You have to learn that. Law is a very technical thing. See, I'll give you a simple example. Suppose you see my watch here, and you is a watch kleptomaniac. So you can't just watch the watch. So you just see the watch, right? And if you, from here, it is here. You move the watch from here and you put it near the exit over there with the intention that when you're going out, you will just, please see that, I'm just telling you a little bit of law. You move it from here and you place it near the exit with the intention that when you're going out, you will take it. The crime is already committed. The crime is finished there. You didn't take it out. That is how technical law is. So, this thing, this karma which is there in the mind, this desire, will manifest in so many ways. And then I already committed some pap because of that karma, which in law also is held to be illegal. So, on the one hand, one scripture is telling that we cannot do anything without karma. On the other hand, this scripture is telling that karma is our enemy. This is what we have to remove. So he said, first, you line up all karmas. You see, there are legal desires and there are illegal desires. So in our life, we remove all its illegal desires. Now all legal. We bring all legal here in front now. Because illegal, gone. Now let me tell you something. There are many things which will be legal, right? But not moral. The law doesn't deal really with morality to such extent that we deal with morality, The law. Now in many places, marijuana is legalized. Ganja. Alcohol is, cigarette, e-cigarette, B-cigarette, any cigarette, all done. This is legal. The law allows. But is it moral? Not moral. The law allows to go and fish and kill animals. How they kill mercilessly every day. So many million. You know how many chickens are there on the earth? You know how many human beings are there on the earth? 7 billion. You know how many chickens? 22 billion. We are outnumbered by chickens. 3-1. And every day on killing all these chickens. So the law allows. But is the thing more? So now all these legal desires, desire to do legal things, from that now we split moral and immoral. Karya, akarya. These are better words. Moral and immoral in English, and you don't know what it means. What ought to be done, what ought not to be done. In karya in Gita terms. So here, now we bring the karya. Let's translate that as a moral. No. Immoral, you throw away all. Desires, now all moral desires. Then, second principle, another principle has to be there. Introduced in Bhagavad Gita. It may be moral, but is that thing hita? Hita means beneficial or non-beneficial. Like for example, telling the truth is moral or not? But is that truth beneficial? Or are you going to hurt somebody? Telling the truth is a moral thing. But if it's going to hurt somebody, then you withhold. You see? So that thing hita, beneficial or not? So like this, again, ahita. It is not beneficial. This desire not beneficial, Desire something which is beneficial. No. When we really check, the only beneficial desire for us in this world is desire, that's called mumukshutvam. Muktum ichchami. Ichcha means desire. I desire to become free. And I now reorient my whole life in line with this desire. Desire to become free. And I tread that path with this desire to become free, doing what it takes to become free along the lines of the Shastras and all. And eventually, I will be able to remove all desire, even the desire to become free. I will be able to remove even the desire to become free. In fact, that desire will prevent me from becoming free, from getting moksha. This is the path laid out in the Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, Malahari, it removes the last impurity also, which is called as ignorance, which we just saw in the previous verse of Bhagavan. He says, out of my asim anukampa, my limitless grace, compassion, I nashayami aham tamaha, that ignorance, tamas, from the devotee's heart. You see? So, nirmala malahari. Then the next phrase is Sharana rahasya pradayini. Sharana rahasya pradayini. So Sharana means refuge, surrender. That is the better term, surrender. So, Bhagavad Gita teaches the rahasya of surrender. That rahasya word is very nice. Means the secret, or sweet secret. Rahasya, in English, how you will tell? The nectarine secret of surrender. The Gita teaches. Where? See this. This is in 7th chapter. 14. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
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 Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durarkaya.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Mameva
Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam
sharanam mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal.
Lal ki jai.
See the verse, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. This Maya in which we are all living is Duratya, very difficult to cross over. But it is divine also because it's Mama Maya. It's my Maya. Bhagavan says, it is my Maya. But who will cross over this Maya? He says, Mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti. Te mayam etam taranti. Those people who take refuge in me. So Bhagavad Gita speaks in many places about taking refuge in Bhagavan. So it teaches about this great thing called refuge, surrender. Surrender. In Hindi, sar under. Put your head. Surrender to Bhagavan. And how much Tulsi Raji also talks about this. Now, what exactly is the meaning of surrender in Bhagavad Gita? The rahasya of surrender, the very essence of surrender. What is it? It is this thing. It is taught not in verses, but in the way things transpire in Bhagavad Gita. First thing, in the beginning, Arjuna tells, we saw that verse, no? Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yachreyasyan nishitam brohitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Arjuna tells Bhagavan, I surrender to you. Right? Tvam prapannam means I surrender to you. Aham tvam prapannam. But this is the beginning. In the end, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. You drop all dharma and surrender to me. But Arjuna, watch. Huh? But I surrendered to you a long time. In beginning itself. So why Bhagavan is telling now, drop all dharma and surrender to me? So you see, that means to say what? Surrender has different meanings. In beginning there was one type of surrender. In the end there is some other type of surrender. So here now, in the beginning, Arjuna surrendered his intellect to Bhagavan. Because in first chapter, Arjuna was telling whole discourse to Bhagavan. You know that? So that intellect was working and it was strong. The whole discourse he gave to my whole chapter, you know. I am totally amazed how somebody could give a whole chapter discourse to Bhagavan himself. That is like I given a discourse to Gurudev. But I had to be out of my... But he gave a whole discourse to Bhagavan. And then after he realized, well, he getting nowhere. But he did a very nice thing. And Arjuna is wonderful actually. People with such strong intellectual conviction and all, they don't be really willing to surrender at all, that intellect. But he did the most wonderful thing. He's so commendable. He told Prabhu, okay. I confuse. He really... Sammudha chetaha. This is what he uses. I confuse. No, I am your disciple. You are my guru. I surrender to you. Now, Shadhimam, you please teach me. If anybody could come to this state, he is heading for moksha soon. Really. So, he surrenders to Bhagavan there. But in that surrender, there was just a surrender of the intellect, which was rearing its head in the first chapter. He surrendered that intellect and he allowed Bhagavan to... His intellect was thinking, I know. Then realized, I really don't know. Better Bhagavan, teach me. So Shadi Mam, teach me. In the end, when Bhagwan tells, Sarva dharman parityajya mamikam sharanam braja, take refuge in me, there Bhagwan is telling, surrender the ego which was backing the intellect to make all of those comments in the first chapter. Because in the antakarana inside, which we have, that it has 4 parts. Mana, chitta, buddhi, ahankar. It is the mind, the memory, the intellect, and the ego. These are the 4 parts of the... So Arjuna had surrendered the intellect. The mind, mana, had become totally emotional and had broken down. So that was ineffective. Couldn't do anything. Mind had broken down. And because the mind had broken down, and these two were rearing their head very strongly, intellect and ego, the memory failed Arjuna. That memory became totally clouded. He forgot his stature. He forgot his own nature. He forgot the teaching of Dronacharya. He forgot what he was supposed to protect dharma. He forgot. Chitta gone, mind gone. And these two fellas now, intellect strong and ego pushing him, and so that intellect giving discourse to Bhagwan. So now he surrendered the intellect. Only thing was left is ego. So way down in the end now Bhagwan said, now you have to surrender the ego also. That ego is there required also to support the intellect in its learning phase. If ego is gone totally, then there's nothing to learn. So he surrendered the intellect, and Bhagwan taught him all the way down to 18th chapter. On the end, Bhagwan says, now you surrender to me, means surrender the ego. You surrender the intellect there. Now the ego has to be surrendered. So, surrender also, Sharana Rahasya. Surrender in Bhagavad Gita also has so many things to learn. And this verse which we just chanted in the middle, now it is in the 7th chapter, more or less middle. Bhagwan is telling, the one who surrenders to me, that person will cross over this Maya. Otherwise, baki sab log Maya mein doob gaye sab. Everybody is drowning in this Maya. And the surrender is very, very important. So if we start like this, surrender the intellect, let Bhagwan teach through this Bhagavad Gita. Means find some teacher, find some ashram, some guru, something, and surrender the intellect. Let it learn the spiritual tradition. And then eventually that will teach us how to surrender also the ego. Total surrender, finish. Individuality disappears. Surrender really means the disappearing of the individuality. Like a drop of water surrendering to the ocean. When he drops in there, he surrenders his individual existence to the vast existence of the ocean. So he is not lost, but he is irretrievable. Like that. Surrender the individuality. This is the end. So Sharana Rahasya is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. Sharana Rahasya Pradayini. Sabavidhi Sukhakari. In all ways, whatever Bhagavad Gita teaches, that is meant only to give happiness. You know, in the beginning, Bhagavan Shankaracharya tells that it is Arjunasya dukkham nivaranam. This Bhagavad Gita is given to remove Arjuna's dukkha. Because that is what troubles all of us. Dukkha, sorrow, is results only from ignorance. Right? So, ignorance by itself, like for example, when you are sleeping, right, in the night, you are totally ignorant. Do you know anything? No. Totally ignorant when you are sleeping in the night. Right? But that total ignorance is bliss also. Just the only thing you don't know. Because when you get up, you say, oh, I slept so well. Some people say, Swamiji, what do you mean when you get up? I say that when you lecture, don't do. I slept so well. So anyway, so in deep sleep, there is total ignorance and there is bliss, but unknown bliss. You don't know until you wake up. So, total ignorance, there is no problem. In total ignorance, there is no problem. It is in our state here where we have half ignorance and half knowledge. That is the trouble. Let me tell you something. All things in that life like that, The whole world is constructed like that. Total of any one thing, there is no problem. It is where there is a mishra. Mishra means a mixture. That is where the problem is. See, total daylight, bright sun, you can't see any snake on the rope. And total dark, you see no rope to where you go see snake. But in that dusk, in between there, when it is dusk dark, and rope is there, you see snake. So, here now, total ignorance, no problem. It's only this mixture of knowledge and ignorance. So right now we know some things and many things we don't know. So that's where the problem lies there. So, Bhagavad Gita is meant to bring total knowledge and to remove our ignorance. It is that ignorance which mixed with knowledge causes our sorrow. How? See, like for example, when you see two nice pair of shoes in the window and you only have money to buy one. Well, you buy one and one remain in the window. You have one, but you have sorrow because you didn't get the other one. Now see, if you had not known about the other one, would there be sorrow? No, there wouldn't have been sorrow. If you don't know that there's a ghost in the next room, knowledge, ignorance is bliss. No, you don't know anything about the ghost. But once you find out about the ghost, now, see, once you find out there's a ghost there, still there's ignorance, because you don't know what he'll do to you. So now there's knowledge and there's also ignorance. Mixed again. Now there's sorrow. You're scared now. Suppose a ghost hold me and choke. The ghost will choke you and your eyes done bulging already. So, this sorrow is, related to ignorance. That thing is what Bhagavad Gita is meant to remove. So, Bhagavan Shankaracharya starts his commentary like this. He says the Bhagavad Gita is meant to remove Arjuna's sorrow. And the way to do that is to remove Arjuna's ignorance. And Arjuna is all of us. Please remember, I told you that on first day. Arjuna is not that Arjuna. Partha. Arjuna is refers to all of us. Huh? That is a historical figure which is long gone. So, it is meant to remove our sorrow which is connected to our ignorance. Tulsidas also writes this Aranyakanda. Lakshmana is asking Bhagavan Shri Ram some 5 questions. And in the end there, he tells Prabhu, he says, Prabhu, you please answer these 5 questions so that my shoka moha will go away. Moha means ignorance. My sorrow and my delusion will go away. So the uddeshya, the prayojan we call in Sanskrit, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita or Rama, any of our scripture is right there. The purpose is to remove shoka moha or sorrow and ignorance. There is no other purpose, no other uddeshya. Prayojan. So here, how does Bhagavan do this in Bhagavad Gita? See now, this is 9:28. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shubha Shubha Phalerevam Mokhyase Karma Bandhanaihi.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam
You know, there is only one way. Is sabha vidhi sukhakari. That's the phrase we are seeing, right? In all ways, the Bhagavad Gita is meant to bring happiness. Ananda. Do you know? Bhagavad Gita doesn't use the word Ananda. Satchit. Ananda word is not used in Bhagavad Gita. And Bhavasagar there are so many words which are not used in Bhagavad Gita. That shows very clearly that Bhagavad Gita belongs to a time when such words were not even in circulation. Everywhere Bhagavad Gita has to talk about bliss, it uses the word sukha. It doesn't use the word Ananda. Bhagavan doesn't use the word Ananda. So, how it brings this sukha, happiness, sabhavidi sukhakari. So here even the arti doesn't use the word Ananda. He uses the word sukha, happiness, joy, means limitless joy. So the only way that can be done is through moksha. Anything short of moksha, it will be joy mixed with sorrow. So here he says, Mokshase, you will be freed. Mokshase. From what? Karma bandhanaihi. From all the bondages of karma, which caused you to come back in this world, which caused us all to come back in this world, the bondage of karma. We are here to reap good and bad results. That's what we reap in every day. So someday we were happy and joyous and all. And the other day, disappointed, this thing happened, that thing happened, this misery, that misery. Reaping. One time Ashok took me in the prison for a visit. And you know, the prisoners, they make things inside, they do many things. So one prisoner was sewing. I say, you're sewing? He said, no, I'm reaping. But in this life, this is what we do. Sow and we sow and reap. Good and bad, both. In this verse, Bhagavan says, Shubha Ashubha Phalaihi Mokshase. You will be freed from good and bad results. This is the only means to eternal happiness. You have to get moksha. You have to come out from the cycle of birth and death. Because there's another pair right there. Good and bad results, birth and death. None of which we like. We don't like birth also, that's why we cry. We like birthday because cake and present has come, you know. Ice cream and thing. But we don't like birth. All beings cry when they, you know, human beings. Sannyasa yoga yukta atma vimukto mamupe. And having been freed from this karma bandhana, you will mamupe upaeshyasi. Mamupaeshyasi means you will come straight to me, means merge with me. Raga dvesha vidarini karini moda sada. It brings joy all the time. That's therefore Bhagavan is telling Ma shuchaha, don't cry. He's telling Arjuna, you're crying all the time. Your whole life is only crying. And some people cry so easily for nothing. Tulsidas says you have to cry for Bhagavan. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is to cry for Bhagavan. We cry for some worldly thing. What happened? Slippers lost. Slippers lost and he cried. And some people don't know if to laugh or cry. Sometimes even if they're crying out of joy. And I tell you, some people are so good. I see all kind of real funny crying in this world. And Tulsidas, she also makes joke about crying in Ramayana, you know, and Tara crying. Some people that cry, I see some people crying, and they stop the crying and go and engage themselves in a very, very rational conversation and then went back to crying. Have you seen that? Amazing thing. Look, crying is there also part of life. What you could do? We have to make joke out of that too. Anyway, who has to cry? Cry. But Bhagavad Gita doesn't. He tells Arjuna, when Arjuna is crying, Visrijya sasharam chapam shokasam vignamanasaha. He's crying, a big man. Big archer. Dronacharya's best student. He crying like anything. And at that point when he crying, Bhagavan goes, oh, beta, don't cry, don't cry. No. Why you have to cry? Come, sit down. Yeah. See Bhagavan's treatment of that thing? When he's supposed to pat Arjuna on the back and, and give him a hug and put a blanket on his head and, okay, don't. You have to cry, wait now. Let me explain this thing for you. When you understand, everything will be okay. No need to cry. That's how we treat people. Bhagavan treatment is fiery there. Arjuna crying. Tyakto tishta parantapa. Kudastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. From where has this unmanliness entered your heart? Tyakto tishta. You cast it out and you stand up. See, even in doing that, he's trying to bring more the sada. More means to bring rejoicing and joy. To bring joy. The Bhagavad Gita meant, Mashutaha, don't cry. You're supposed to be all the time jolly. What is there worth crying for in this world? Nothing actually. Let me tell you something. You just think a little bit now about the world. Look here. Your crying can change anything? I feel crying does make things worse. If you cry, that doesn't change anything in the world. And if it changes, it will change it for the worse. First thing, are you responsible for anything which has happened in this world? Somebody is born. Are you responsible? No. Somebody dies. Are you responsible? No. By your crying, you can prevent somebody dying. Your crying is not related to any dying. Whatever is going on in the world is going on because of the collective karma of the whole Brahmanda. Why you have nothing to do with that. Let it be. You just watch the whole puppy show and smile. This is the teaching. See, Bhagavan doesn't want Arjuna. In the beginning, he is telling, Tyakto, you give up this thing, this crying. And in the end also, Mashuchaha. Same, just very same surrender of the in buddhi and surrender of the ego there. Two places right there. You don't lament and don't cry. So Moda Sada, it is meant to teach joy and happiness only, all the time. Karini Moda Sada. Raga Dvesha Vidarini. It removes raga and dvesh. Likes and dislikes. See. This is 264. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Agadvesha Viyukhtaistu Vishayani
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Atma Vashya Videya Atma Prasadam Digachati.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Raga Dvesha Vidarini. This is what the Gita Arti says, right? Vidarini means it removes, destroys Raga and Dvesh. Raga Dvesh means likes and dislikes. So this verse in second chapter says, Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayani Indriyaischaran. Means our senses go and they mingle with all the objects of the world like this. So this nice, this is nice. I like this, I don't like this. I like that, I don't like that. Our senses going doing that whole day. He said, become free from that. Viyuktaha. Yukta means let that thing be expelled from the mind. Then, Atma Vashyai Videya Atma Prasadam Adhigacchati. The person who is able to control his mind like this, he says, Prasadam Adhigacchati. He will reach that supreme state of pure blessedness. What do you call it? Blessedness? Blessedness. So, first he has to give up this thing, or raga dvesh, likes and dislikes. But you know human beings, oh bapre, we have too many likes and dislikes. And we never think logically, we only follow the likes and dislike. Like for example, the things which are good for us, we don't like. And the things which are not good for us, that is what we like. And from childhood, from birth, you give that little fella, he knows that you give him the most terrible junk food, he likes that. And you give him healthy food. And you know parents, because they are the same way, so that is what they give the children only. All the junk. All day. Junk. Right, because of likes and dislikes. And this is why we destroying ourselves. The whole world like that. So, obesity and so many lifestyle diseases and all of this strain on the health system and pray. And you know these big companies, they know. So they don't want to cure you. In any case, they can't cure you because that disease is in the mind, right here. Raga dvesh. Too many likes and dislikes. And I told you the problem is, what is the thing to like, we don't like. What is not to like, that is what we like. So becoming free from this. So Bhagavad Gita is there. Raga dvesha vidarini. It destroys raga dvesha. And the last phrase is bhava bhaya harini tarini paramananda prada. Bhava bhaya harini. The fear of samsaric existence is removed through this Bhagavad Gita. Bhava bhaya harini. I told you that bhava word is not used in Gita. Samsaric existence. Bhava means mundane existence, worldly existence of coming and going. They call it bhava. Birth and rebirth. So there is a great fear. Nobody likes to die. Where there is birth, there will be death. Nobody likes to die. So there is fear. And then we don't like to come into this world also. That's why we cry. We don't like either. So the Bhagavad Gita is meant to finish this. So, Paramananda Prada, it brings supreme happiness. Sukhamatyantikam yattat in 6th chapter. And limitless atyantikam buddhigrahyam atindriyam. That thing which is intuited to be limitless joy. This is Bhagavan tells about in 6th chapter. So, this is what Bhagavad Gita is meant to do, to bring this limitless joy, Paramananda, supreme joy, and to remove our bondage in this sansara and to bring mergence with God. All right. Now there are 2 verses or something left. We shall see 3 verses. No, one is Phalastuti only. That has nothing in it. Phalastuti. Phalastuti means it is not telling about what Gita is teaching. It is telling, praising the. All right. So we'll finish that fast. Okay. Let me tell you some announcements and then we'll have the Aarti. Okay. Tomorrow morning, please come at 5 o'clock. We're going to chant the whole Gita here. Tomorrow morning. Bhagavad Gita, we'll chant the whole thing. All right. Starting at 5 a.m. Then Sunday morning, we have a yatra. We'll be walking from California, where the mission started there, all the way to the ashram here. That yatra starts at 6 o'clock. Sunday morning. So 2 programs, tomorrow and Sunday. All right. Then Sunday evening, we have great conclusion of this 108 days Yajna, and also the centenary celebration of Puja Gurudev, which is going on all across the globe and is concluding on Sunday, which is Gurudev Jayanti. So Sunday evening from 7 to 9. You're all invited for that grand conclusion. Please come. Okay. So those things are happening right now in the following few days. Then on the 30th of the month, we have something in between also. Chick camp. 20th, 21st and 22nd, we have the Chick camp in Tobago. All youngsters are invited to come and join that weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Then on the 30th, we have the tea party. 30th of this month, we have the tea party at the ashram here. Please come and experience some masala chai. The person who lost his car keys, he not going anywhere. He will come for this in any case tonight. Keys and some other little things here. We have them lost and found on the compound. All right. 30th tea party, right? Right here. Okay, a lot of nice things to eat and drink and this and that. Masala tea. It will Band Kalkat Tala. It will unlock the closed locks inside the brain. Masala chai. Come on 30th and try. Then in July we have classes for children. 1 month of classes. Summer classes in Hinduism. Then later in August, Swami Nikhilananji is coming for 1 month to teach a Dharma Sevak course. You have to come and stay here for a month in the ashram. Okay, to learn from Swamiji. Then later in November, we have the Vedanta course, which is coming up. 2-year residential Vedanta course. This is a course which is there for all young people under 30 and having a university degree. It is meant primarily for those people who want to get into this type of work. But over the years, we have had many people who did not intend to get into this type of work. They just come for the knowledge. Many young people who just come for the knowledge. That is also allowed. Because Chinmaya Mission doesn't put any obligation on anybody. This is a teaching organization. That course is offered free. We keep an adult person here for 2 years, teach and feed and clothe and everything, and we don't charge a cent. It is offered free because that is the seva of the mission. And at the end also, see the selflessness of Gurudev. The way he designed this whole thing. In the end also, there is no obligation on the student. You want to go, go. You want to stay? Stay. Absolutely no obligation. All right. There are many things that the public can also do to help these type of things. Like, there will be no less than 20 students, and some people have already sponsored some of those students. Because we are not charging the students, so where would the money come from? So people sponsor. By the grace of God, everything happens. All right? Okay. Tonight also I'll be sitting there to sign books for those who want me to sign. This is unto him our best. T-shirts are available. This is for the centenary year. These T-shirts can be purchased at the bookstall there. Like yesterday, I didn't know what it was, so I didn't say anything. Okay, please see them there at the bookstall. All right. आरती. अच्छा ठीक है. आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए. आरती
श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की. की प्रीति शंकर की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की सिद्ध बारी की तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे भक्त हृदय आनंद स्रोत की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की
ओम
पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।
बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम तत्सत। Please remain standing for the pledge.
I invite you to place your right hands over your heart as we join in the pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat.